Hello there, young scientist. I hope you're still ready, as I am, for today's adventure. Welcome to Science 4, where learning becomes easy once we explore. So hang on time. We will answer your what, why, and how questions. Let us discover the beauty of the world together. For in the great mind of young scientists like you, learning never stops. Let me take you where your imagination will allow you to go. This is your Science for Teacher. Teacher Paul, come and join me in our short yet exciting science adventure. For today's adventure, we will once again compare and contrast the characteristic of different types of soil. Reminder, please prepare your self-learning modules, paper and pen. These things are important for us. We will using them to discover the characteristic of different types of soil. Objective, compare and contrast the characteristic of different types of soil. Our classroom roles. Number 1. Sit up straight during classes and refrain from standing. Number 2. Minimize the volume of your gadget. Number 3. Make sure that all the materials needed in your class are ready. Number 4. Cooperate, listen, and be participative during the discussion. And number 5, listen to that direction carefully. Come on, let's begin. But before we proceed to our new adventure, let us test if you are ready to go. Are you all set? Very good. That's amazing. Direction. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write your answer in your answer sheet. Number 1 question. Which property of soil could students determine by rubbing a sample between their fingers? Letter A. Texture of the soil. Letter B. The color of the soil. Letter C. The soil's ability to support life. Letter D. The process to form the soil. The correct answer is letter D. Number 2. A student observing how rough and smooth a soil is. What characteristic of soil is observed? Letter A. Color. Letter B. Size. Letter C. Shape. Letter D. Texture. The correct answer is letter D. Number 3. What is the meaning of the word texture as one of the characteristics of soil? Letter A. Describe the color. Letter B. Describes how the soil feels. Letter C. Describes how the soil looks. Letter D. Describes how much water the soil holds. The correct answer is letter D. Number 4. Which type of soil holds the most water? Letter A. Describes the color. Letter B. Describes how the soil feels. Letter C. Describes how the soil looks. Letter D. Describes how much water the soil holds. The correct answer is letter D. Number 5. What makes soil different? Letter A. Color. Letter B. Size. Letter C, texture. Letter D, all of the above. The correct answer is letter D. Are you ready? Let's have a review first. Almost part of the earth where we are living are all covered with soil. Let me see if you know the places where soil is present. Just put check before the number. Number 1, mountains. Number 2, sea. Number 3, hills. Number 4, garden. Number 5, river. Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. So, number 1, let's put check. And number 3, check. Number 4, check. Now, sit comfortably, listen attentively, and be participative along the way. Let's go! Soil cover most of the land part of the earth. You find plants, animals, houses, and other organisms on the soil. We live on the soil and it helps us in many ways. Different types of soil have different physical characteristics. Each soil type differs in color, texture, color, and its ability to hold water. Some soil types are good for planting while others are not. The pressure of the different plants of vegetative plants in a place is an evidence of a good quality of soil in the area of locality. Sometimes a combination of soil is observed in some areas of the country. Soil is a very important natural resources on earth, made up of tiny particles of rocks and decayed plants and animals. Since this is a natural resources, this can be categorized into different soil types. Each with distinct physical characteristics that provide growing benefits, soil can be categorized into sand, clay, salt, peat, chalk, and loam types of soil based on the dominating size of the particles within a soil. Let us take a look at the pictures below. Observe each picture, describe it. What have you noticed within the characteristic of the soil? Sandy soil. The first picture is sandy soil. As you can see in the picture, sandy soils contains high proportion of sand and little clay. This type of soil is heavy that benefits from high nutrients. Clay soil. Clay soils remain wet and cold in winter and dry out in summer. Take a look with the pictures below. Observe and tell how each type of soil differ from each other. Loam soil. The picture shows loam soil. Loam soil is a mixture of sand, salt, and clay that are combined to avoid the negative effects of each type. These soils are fertile, easy to work with, and provide good drainage. Depending on their predominant composition, they can be either sandy or clay loam. soil. Peat soil. Peat soil is high in organic matter and retains a large amount of moisture. This type of soil is very rarely found in the garden and often imported into a garden to provide an optimum soil base for planting. Let's have another type of soil. Look at the pictures below. What can you say about this type of soil? Do you think they have the same characteristic? Chalk soil. Chalk soil can be either light or heavy, but always highly alkaline due to the calcium carbonate or lime within its structure. Salt soil. Salt soil is a light and moisture retentive soil type with fertility rating. As salt soil comprise of medium-sized particles. They are well drained and hold moisture well. Since this type of soil has their own characteristic, meaning they have their own ability to sustain the life of living things. Some of these types of soil are good for planting while others are not. For us to learn more about soil and their characteristics, let's do the following activities. Let's start with activity 1. Do you know me? Do the activity alone and with honesty. Now, let's see if you can proceed to our next adventure. Direction. Identify the types of soil being described. Number 1. A type of soil which is high in organic matter and retains a large amount of moisture. Number 2. It contains high proportion of sand and little clay. Number 3. A soil which is a mixture of sand, soil, salt, and clay that are combined to avoid the negative effects of each type. Number 4. It can be either or, heavy, but always highly alkaline due to the calcium carbonate or lime within its structure. Number 5. A type of soil which is heavy that benefits from high nutrients. I will give you enough time to answer this activity and your time starts now. Time's up, learners. Let's see if your answer is correct. Number 1. The correct answer is peat soil. Number 2. The correct answer is sandy soil. Number 3. The correct answer is loam soil. And number 4. The correct answer is chalk soil. And number 5. The correct answer is clay soil. Amazing! Come on! Let's go! Let's have another activity. Look at the pictures below. Those images of the different types of soil. Direction. Observe the pictures and tell the kind of soil that you can see in the pictures. Number 1. Picture number 1. Number 2. Picture number 2. Number 3. Picture number 3. Number 4. Picture number 4. Number 5. Picture number 5. I will give you enough time to answer this activity and your time starts now. Time's up, learners. Let's check your answer. Number 1. Chalk soil. Number 2. Loam soil. Number 3. Sandy soil. Number 4. Clay soil. Number 5. Salt soil. Now, let's have another activity. Are you ready? Come on, let's begin. I am very much positive that you can do it. Direction. Match the type of soil in column A with their characteristic in column B. Number 1. Column A, loam soil. Number 2, peat soil. Number 3, clay soil. Number 4, sand soil. And number 5, salt soil. The choices in column B are: letter A, contains high proportion of sand and little clay. Letter B, light and moisture retentive soil. Letter C, fertile, easy to work. Letter D, heavy that benefits from high nutrients. Letter A, very rarely found in the garden. Let's check if your answer is correct. For number 1, the correct answer is letter C. For number 2, the correct answer is letter A. Number 3, the correct answer is letter D. Number 4, the correct answer is letter A. And for number 5, the correct answer is letter B. To recap with our adventures this day. Take a look at the picture below. What does the picture show? It's a soil plays a great role in our life. Why soil is important? The soil is important to all living things on earth because it is the source of 4 essential living factors, namely food, clothes, shelter, and medicine, all of which either directly or indirectly coming from the soil. For plants, the soil is very important to their growth and yield. In our present situation, COVID-19 pandemic, people should plant vegetables in their backyard. What kind of soil is best for growing vegetables? To summarize what you have learned, let us do the activity. Direction. Write true if the statement is correct and false if it is wrong. Number 1. Soil is not a natural resources. Number 2. Loam soil is one of the type of soil which is good for planting. Number 3. Soil has only 2 types. Number 4. Chalk soil is highly alkaline due to calcium carbonate. Number 5. Peat soil is not high in organic matter. Let's see if your answer is correct. For number 1, soil is not a natural resources. The correct answer is false. Amazing. Number 2, loam soil is one of the type of soil which is good for planting. The correct answer is true. Amazing. Number 3, soil has only two types. The correct answer is false. Amazing. Number 4, chalk soil is highly alkaline due to calcium carbonate. The correct answer is true. Amazing. Number 5, peat soil is not high in organic matter. The correct answer is true. Amazing. Are you ready for our last part of our adventure? I am positive that you can do it. Come on, let's go. Direction. Choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1. It is a natural resources on earth that is made of tiny particles of rocks and decayed plants and animals. Letter A, rocks. Letter B, soil. Letter C, water. Letter D, none of the above. The correct answer is letter B, soil. Number 2. This is a type of soil which is rarely found in a garden and often imported into a garden to provide an optimum soil base for planting. Letter A, chalk soil. Letter B, clay soil. Letter C, peat soil. Letter D, silt soil. The correct answer is letter C, peat soil. Number 3. The soil which is fertile is to work with and provide good drainage. Letter A, chalk soil. Letter B, clay soil. Letter C, loam soil. Letter D, peat soil. The correct answer is letter C, loam soil. Number 4. A type of soil that contains high proportion of sand and little clay. Letter A, chalk soil. Letter B, clay soil. Letter C, loam soil. Letter D, sand soil. The correct answer is letter D, sand soil. Number 5. This can be either light or heavy, but always highly alkaline due to the calcium carbonate or lime within its structure. Some materials are hard. Letter A, chalk soil. Letter B, clay soil. Letter C, loam soil. Letter D, sand soil. The correct answer is letter A, chalk soil. Copy your assignment. Are you ready? Direction. Identify type of soil being described in each number. Write clay, loam, and sand soil. Write your answer before the number. Number 1. It is a kind of soil which is best for growing plant. Number 2. It has the finest particles that holds greater amount of water. Number 3. It is made of smallest particles of rocks which contain decayed matter of plants and animals. Number 4. It is characterized for having loose and coarse. Number 5. It is sticky when wet and can be used for making paths. That's all for today, my dear young scientists. I hope you had fun in Science 4, where learning becomes easy once we explore. I hope we had answered your what, why, and how questions. For in the great mind of young scientists like you, learning never stops. Follow where your imaginations will allows you to go. This is your Science 4 teacher, Teacher Paul. Thank you for joining me in our short yet exciting science adventure. See you in our next journey, only here in DepEd Abri Elementary School.